All right, now I'm crossing back over to my colleague Sanjay Suri, who's joining us live once again from Buckingham Palace. Now, Sanjay, what I wanted to ask you is, what do we know about the status of the Queen's health before she passed away?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Absolutely. So, Sanjay, what could you tell us about the status of the Queen's health before she passed away?
Well, I think that at the moment we are seeing that a lot of ceremonies are being planned. There is going to be a very elaborate ceremony for the funeral. The body will be brought to London, will be brought to Buckingham Palace, and then it will be kept in state in Westminster Hall, which is inside a Parliament House, and that will be for several days. When the Queen Mother, who is her mother, died, the body was kept there in state for 4 days. About 200 people came and filed by, and we are expecting very many more. After that, the body will be taken in a procession to Westminster Abbey, where the funeral ceremony, the rites, there will be a service, funeral service held for her, after which there will be a procession up to Wellington Gate near Hyde Park. Then on, the body will be taken in a hearse to Windsor Castle, which really has been her private home, and that is where the burial will take place, and the final service in the chapel within the Windsor Castle. And this is all going to take place over the space of the next about 2 weeks or so. We are waiting final details of exactly what is planned for what date and at what time.
All right, Sanjay, now we were also hearing about Operation London Bridge, which are basically protocols in place for when the Queen passes away. Could you give us more details about that, please?
Well, that is about a transition. That is the metaphor given, and a rather vivid metaphor for a transition. In the first instance, the expression that the London Bridge is falling down is sort of a traditional code word or code expression, if you want to call it, that the monarch is no more. Given the fact that she has reigned for 70 years, we haven't had that used in quite a long time. And also then London Bridge is the expression for the handover and the changeover. And this changeover is something that is choreographed very carefully down to great detail. Every move, every second, every minute of this ceremony is very carefully worked out, whether it is the funeral procession or it is the funeral service or the last rites, the paying of respects, the route of the procession, where people will be, where the police will be, the military guards, her own royal guards. All this is very carefully worked out, and this is all within this idea of London Bridge.
All right, Sanjay, stay with us because we are now going to be cutting across to our